I want to use this opportunity to welcome every one of us to this great leadership and missions workshop of the Student Christian Movement, tagged Raising Men of Issachar, with the brethren at their command. And we took the texts from the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 32. And it reads, "And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times, to know what Israel ought to do. The heads of them were 200, and their brethren were at their commandment." People of God and fellow SCMers, we are at a critical time in our world today. The happenings of our time are throwing many people into confusion and despair. Our world is truly in crisis, and there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel. Our generation truly needs trailblazers, navigators, pathfinders, visionary men and women who can see through the darkness and through the dark clouds around us and point out the way that we ought to go. We need extraordinary visionaries, men and women of foresight who have clear understanding of the times and who will be able to give us and give our generation the guidance and the direction we need to move forward. The scripture in the text we read speaks about a special tribe in Israel. Indeed, the tribe of Issachar is the 9th tribe of Israel. They were not very popular or noisy, but they were impactful and influential. At a time when the nation of Israel was passing through a very difficult time, a very uncertain season, these men of Issachar stepped forward and helped the nation to get to the right direction. And they have brought a turnaround to the fortunes of a weak and a declining nation that turned it around to become a strong and a viable nation. The men of Issachar played a great role at that crucial time. We all know about the reign of King Saul. The King Saul was the first king of Israel, but his reign ended in tragedy. The king, with his most prominent sons, died on battleground. The nation needed a new, revitalized, and purposeful leadership. And God had really chosen David to lead the nation, but many did not recognize that. The nation was rather divided because, yes, few people recognized David, came around him, but most of the nation were behind a failed dynasty, the dynasty of Saul. And what happened was that Saul's general, Abner, went to the place called Mahanaim and installed Ishbosheth, a weak and unpopular son of Saul, to be the king of the rest of the tribe of Israel. But when David moved to Hebron, his kinsmen, the tribe of Judah, installed David as the king of Judah. Now there were two kings in Israel. The nation was divided, and that resulted in very hateful and bloody conflicts that really ate deep into the nation. And the climax of that conflict brought about the terrible murder of Ishbosheth, the king of Israel, and Abner, the commander-in-chief of Israel's army. At such a time, the nation was thrown into confusion. Many people did not know what to do. But that was the time the men of Issachar stepped up to provide guidance and leadership. They gave direction to the entire nation to bring their unflinching support behind David. And that helped to unite the entire tribes of Israel under the reign of David, and David was made king. And that brought a total turnaround in the fortunes of the nation of Israel. These missions and leadership workshop is geared towards raising such caliber of leaders in the SCM and using those leaders to impact the entire nation. We are passing through a very stormy time in our nation. We all know what is happening in the world with COVID and all the resultant problems of economic depression, unemployment. A lot of things are falling out of place. And when we look at what is happening in our nation, it seems as if our leaders are not able to grapple with what is happening and not able to give the nation a good direction that will help us to re-establish and stand strong and move forward. But that's why this leadership and missions workshop is so important, to galvanize and steer men that will be trailblazers, people that will rise up and give guidance and direction to the fellowship, the SCM, and to the entire nation. We see from some of the characteristics that the men of Issachar exhibited, they are the characteristics that are the relevant trademark of great leadership, which every leader should emulate. And that's what we have called ourselves together through this virtual workshop, to teach and equip ourselves to be eminent leaders, leaders of great wisdom and foresight. Some of those trademarks, as we saw with the sons, the men of Issachar, the first I will highlight is wisdom. Wise people understand things before others realize it. These men of Issachar, they saw, they knew that it was the right time for the people of Israel to shift their loyalty from a fallen dynasty, a dynasty that had been rejected by God, and to turn over to the dynasty of a man after God's heart. God is calling us at this time for leaderships that uphold righteousness and godliness. And that we should reject the leadership that promotes corruption, injustices, divisiveness, and a lot of evil. That's what we have in our nation and in many waters. But God is saying, no, 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 no. Wisdom is calling us to see to pursue the leadership that will bring a drastic turnaround to the fortunes of the nation. So we need wisdom. And that's what the men of Issachar had. They also had foresight. Men of foresight, they see beyond the wall. They see far ahead. They are able to see through a dark cloud into the future and provide direction and solution. And that's exactly part of what the men of Issachar had, and what the leaders of our time should strive to have: foresight, to be able to look ahead in order to project aright the direction that the people of God should go. The next thing I could see that the men of Issachar had, which every leader should ascribe to have, is understanding. What do I mean by understanding? By understanding, I mean having the right interpretation of the writings on the wall. When you are able to look at different things and say, this is what we could expect from this direction we are going. It is important that leaders are able to fully analyze the situation in whatever they are dealing with in order to project for the future. Sometimes this may take a lot of research, a lot of study. It may take painstaking, but leaders should be able to make proper analysis and then provide the right strategies to get to a purposeful and fruitful goal. We need understanding. This is part of what many of the leadership we have today are lacking. Many are not able to understudy the situation and project ahead. And these are some of the things that we saw in the men of Issachar. Another thing that the men of Issachar had was courage. They were ready to make a move at the right time. There are some leaders that they think of what to do, but they sit down and do nothing. A leader should be able to rise up and walk in line with what he believes. If you say you believe in what we are doing in the SCM, what will you say that you'll be doing about it? What positive steps are you taking? What are you doing in order to lift up the fellowship, lift up the finances, promote the work that we're doing? That's part of it. A leader does not just sit at the back and command people to do something without being part of it. Leadership means you are moving in the right direction and you are expecting others to follow you. And to make a move takes courage. That's where faith comes in. Faith means taking a move according to what you believe. You see, sometimes some of us, we confuse belief with faith. Faith is just beyond believing. Because many people can believe something, but do something about it. But when you have faith in something, you are ready to take the step in the right direction. The thing about faith is that faith goes with believing and trusting. It is when you believe and trust, then you are able to move confidently. And that's what God wants us to develop in our relationship with God and in our pursuit of our vision. Move with courage. That is true faith that brings you to the result, to the breakthroughs, to the open doors, to the blessings that you desire and you expect. The next great quality and characteristic that the men of Issachar had is that they had a team spirit. They had a team spirit. They knew that it would not take them alone to make David the king of the entire nation. They had to take their brethren along with them. They have to bring their brethren along. Some people have great vision, great dreams, but they pursue it alone. They become lone rangers, and there is a limit to what you can do alone. Indeed, that was what the tribe of Judah did. When the scenario, the confusion came, the tribe of Judah rallied around David, installed him as the king of Judah. But that wasn't the fulfillment of the vision of God. The anointing that God placed on David was not to be a tribal king. The anointing on David placed by prophet Samuel was for David to lead the entire nation. The tribe of Judah made David a tribal king. But look at the men of Issachar. They were not as powerful. They were not as powerful as the tribe of Judah or as the tribe of Ephraim and some of the great tribes in Israel. But they were men with a team spirit. They were able to bring others together. They were able to unite the nation behind David, and their brethren were at their command. They had a team spirit. God is calling us in our walk in the SCM to work as a team. We cannot go far with divisiveness. It's not a matter of being of Paul, of Apollos, but to be united in Christ. Whether we are in the tertiary school branches, secondary school branches, senior friends, alumni, we are one body. We should work together as one team. And that's how we can influence our entire nation and influence our world. And then the next thing that they had, the tribe of Judah of Issachar had, the men of Issachar had, is that they were influential. They had positive antecedents over the people, that as time went on, the people recognized them, that they were trustworthy to work with. The entire tribes were ready to fall in line behind them because they had antecedents of giving right direction. If at the previous time the men of Issachar gave direction to the people of Israel, they ran into crisis. It happens one or two times. The next time they will give a projection or a promise or a prophecy, people will doubt, people will scatter. But when this tribe has been consistent in making right projections about the direction the nation should go, it came to a time that once the sons of Issachar have made a projection, everybody falls in line. Their influence became so strong and powerful that they could capture the hearts of the entire tribes of Israel. We need that consistency in our influence in order to make impact as leaders. And next was that they were also purposeful. They were not confused in what they wanted to lead the people to. Their objective was definite: to unite the entire nation behind a strong, godly, purposeful leader that will end the strife in the entire nation and put the nation on a trajectory of progress. And what happened? They succeeded, because immediately David took over the reins of the entire nation. There was a radical transformation. Everything in Israel changed for good. The nation became so powerful. They conquered all those nations that threatened them. And then the moral life of the people came together. The worship of God was restored. Worship, glory was restored, and the ark of God was returned to Israel. And that's what God is calling us back to in the SCM. And that's why God has called us for this leadership and missions workshop. And God is telling us in the SCM, it's no more business as usual. We are now in a new normal in our world, and SCM must begin to take the leadership. We must begin to go ahead, walk with foresight, walk with wisdom. We must begin to see a stronger and a more virile branches springing forth. Greater work in strengthening our work in our secondary schools, in our township fellowships, and in all our sectors. Greater commitment concerning our finances. We must no more be laid back. Nobody needs to remind us about our responsibilities in the SCM. We must take leadership, begin to make impact, because when we are doing that, we are positioning ourselves for the great things that God has for us and for the SCM. God is raising SCMers as trailblazers, as champions, as role models, as great leaders that will impact our world. Today we see what God is doing. In the last meeting of the African region of the World Student Christian Federation, one of us was elected to lead the entire African region in the World Student Christian Federation. That is great. The SCM Nigeria has been positioning itself in leadership in many areas. Renew Energy campaign. God is using SCM Nigeria mightily in taking leadership. We are updating many things in our national headquarters. Many things have been updated. We thank God with the vibrant leadership that the executive secretary, our executive secretary, is bringing in the SCM. A new thing is happening. We are having a new branded SCM with fire in our bones. That's what God is calling us for. We are not moving back. Although this is a time of lockdown in many places, but SCM is not locked down. Many activities are going on in the SCM, and we are achieving great results. What God is telling us is to gear ourselves and prepare ourselves for greater things. There are greater things before us. We are soon to have our biennial conference, which was shifted from this year to next year. And that's going to be our 80th year anniversary celebration. We have to let the entire nation know that SCM has come come to a place of strength, a place of glory. We've come to age to impact the entire nation and lead the entire youth army of God in this nation. We are working on some of our projects, national headquarters, the Benin House, John Almond Center, to revitalize and renovate these facilities. We want to take away every shame, every stigma that the enemy has placed on in the SCM and bring a new glory to this great movement. We want every one of us to be a part of it. I know that that's why God has called us together. I want everyone in this leadership and missions workshop to catch the fire, catch the vision, brace yourself for a great future. Walk as men of Issachar and let us see the entire nation changed to the glory of God. Thank you, brothers and sisters. We are ready because this is God's time to bring a new glory to the SCM. Thank you and God bless you. I am Evangelist Ogwazi Onyemobi, National President, Student Christian Movement of Nigeria.